supra-rational. I mean, no, the people cannot understand what is beyond the teaching of Islam, especially those who are not conversant about Islamic religion. But there are many people knows about something very spiritual in Islam. The idea of modern Western civilization, which is dominated by the idea of secularism, now is finished, because they failed to secularize the Muslim society. Now they are trying to introduce another concept or worldview. They call it postmodern worldview, but the name is not simply postmodern in such a way that we know in our academic discourses. The idea is formed in the concept. When the university student teachers, and especially those liberal teachers, talk about the idea of truth, now people cannot talk about which one is the true mazhab, for example. They cannot talk, this is Al-Sunnah wal Jama'ah is the true one. There are so many mazhab in Islamic history, but now we are in the majority of Sunni mazhab, and of course this is the true one, because the Prophet said, La yastami'u ummati ala dalalah. So it is impossible that Jama'ah is in the position of dalal. The minority should be in dalal. And minority is like the madhab of Shia, for example, or minority like Liya'id and Jama'ah, for example. It must be in dalal. The idea of relativism is very common in universities, Indonesian Islamic University nowadays. Until now, it was separate into the idea of student and student to the society, and people now cannot understand what is the difference between good and bad. Like, I think 3 years back, or 4 or 3 years back, we have been deciding the legal constitution, or the law of pornography. Is it true in English? Pornography. Yeah. We decided to do that, but it's very hardly this country, which Muslim majority, to decide which is pornographic, which is not. It's very difficult. And this is because of this relativity of the morality. We cannot talk what is good morality and bad morality until we realize that now we are facing not only the concept of reality, concept of truth, concept of good and bad. Now we are facing the real show of, for example, the coming of Lady Gaga, the coming of Irshad Manji. We have to judge, and it is happened really now that people is confusing whether Irshad Manji is good or bad. Even when Irshad Manji was prohibited by the police because of the people power, I mean the force of the people, and in one place they successfully held the discussion. You see what they said about this successful discussion? They say that when the angel discuss about something true, the Satan cannot prohibit us. They claim that they are angels and we are Satan. You see that the difference between those people who support the idea of liberal and Dalal, also very extreme and very confident to believe that this is true. So the idea of nihilism, relativism come into the real life of the woman in the West, what is they call equality. Equality is not simply equal right between man and woman, but the problem is that when they talk about equality in sexual satisfaction, the woman claim that we can satisfy ourselves. We have right to satisfy our sexual need without men. So they become lesbianism. And the men also reply, we also can do that. So they become homosexuality. This is the case. But what is happening in Indonesia, this is very important for Professor Malik. But this is, I